So it's going on 3 weeks that I haven't created a YouTube video. And, I've been feeling kind of guilty about this. Feeling like this push and pull, like YouTube is a lot harder than people understand, especially for newer creators. And you can get into this mode of like comparing yourself against what other people are doing. Life happens, right? I've had a whole bunch of crazy shit happen, navigating, the ending of a relationship with a client and a community, finding a new community that's totally different, that's the opposite of what they are, working on the thing that I truly deeply want to work on, which is the Super Dope Adventure Club. I'm bringing together 8 content creator, videographers, photographers to Puerto Rico for a week this summer. And so that's really taken my focus. But this is all stuff that I feel like you don't get to hear from people. People portray themselves a certain way on social media, YouTube specifically, right? You need to bend the knee, my coach says, to what the algorithm wants. And I felt so much pressure because it's like I need to have the thumbnail and the titles and it needs to be, tying into the last videos that I did. And I just wanted to come and be honest and have a conversation with y'all. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not quitting. But I'm navigating some things in life, and it's real shit. As a YouTube creator, as a creator, content creator in general, real shit happens in your life. And a lot of times we don't have anybody to go to or know, like, hey, what do I do in this situation? Right? And so, it's been so bad, to be really honest with you. Some days, a few days, it's been like, I just need to go lay in bed because I have so many things going on. It's like I'm in bed by like 4:30, 5 o'clock. And I'm like, part of me is like, why are you in bed? You should be doing this. You should be doing that. You have so many things to do. And then the other part is like screaming at me. I was like, you need some rest. You need some like space to like clear your head and navigate this new direction, this new thing that you're working on. At the same time, landlord's like, hey, we're going to sell the house. So now I got to find a place to live. At the same time that I'm trying to plan this, Super Dope Adventure Club trip, the first one. At the same time that I'm ending a relationship with a client. So then I'm having to find work while working on marketing this whole new thing. Like, it's a whole thing. And then at the same time, try to keep up with YouTube and this journey that I said that I'm doing and I'm wanting to do. And I have questions. I'm like, is this the niche I want to stay in? Is this the direction I want to keep going? I know that YouTube is the answer. YouTube is the platform that I'm going to build on. I've also returned to having to play the short form game for attention, especially on IG, because I'm trying to build an audience there as well. So it's like I'm doing all these different things at once and it gets overwhelming, right? Luckily, I have found a community of actual creators, people who are like doing the things that I want to be doing in the world. They're younger, they have young energy, they're super dope. Like, because of them, I'm going to get to meet some people that I'm really, really inspired by. The guys from Yes Theory, so inspired by them. And they're coming to Austin. And I'm really excited about that. And so it's like, when one door closes or one door slams shut, another door will open. Or you can find an open door and you can walk through it, which is what I did. I've started to really focus on, I need to take and make the effort to make connections and make friends, creative friends. Because I think that's the hardest part, is finding people that you can vibe with who are also creators or also on the same journey that you're on. And even just being around these people that are doing similar things, or they're in this space and they're doing what I want to be doing, it's like, whoa, okay, I see what it looks like. I see what's possible. I'm talking about people who've been doing this for less than 2 years, having 700,000 followers, 500,000 followers, no crazy fancy edits and lighting. And, I lit this a whole different way and I turned off, I didn't want it to be overproduced. I just want to sit here and be real with y'all. I actually just took my camera this morning for a walk and I just started taking photos of nature and trees and things that caught my eye. And then I turned the camera around and I said some shit that was on my heart. And I was going to share that with y'all, but I recorded it in slow motion with no sound. So then I went back home, I walked back home, and then I recorded another video, which I may add to the end of this one, but maybe it feels redundant. I'm just talking through what I'm going through, because I think there's going to be other people who might have started this journey or are starting this journey, and they want to see what it looks like, what it really looks like, right? It really looks like being confused sometimes, not knowing what the next step is, questioning yourself, having self-doubt, like wanting to give up, right? I'm not going to lie. Like, part of me is like, fuck this. I don't want to do this because it's too hard. But it's not too hard because other people have done it before. And it's so valuable that I have a coach, because my coach was like, the only thing is that YouTube just has to find your audience. Once it finds your audience, it will show your videos, right? So it takes YouTube forever to do that. And so if I keep making videos for the same type of audience, then eventually YouTube will find my audience and put it out there. But let's just talk about all the effort that creators put in, and then the kind of self-validation that you feel or don't feel when you don't get views, or when your content doesn't grow, or you're not getting subscribers, or the momentum that you want or desire or hope for doesn't happen the way you want it to happen. I've found that a real struggle, like a real thing. Like, no matter how much I am head aware and know, like, oh no, this is, just keep going, like detach yourself from the self-worth, self-meaning of what your content does. We're human. I'm human. I'm a human being. And pouring a lot of effort into something and not seeing it sprout or grow the way you want it to grow affects me, right? And I'm sure it has affected you if you're watching this, if you're still here and you haven't clicked off because my video is not super entertaining. How do you navigate that is the question. And the answer that I'm coming up with, and what I've learned actually from some of these other creators who are far, far ahead of me, first of all, the very real thing that happens is when I meet somebody, I've met these people, connected with them in person, and I didn't know anything about their following or their audience or anything. And I really connected with these people. And then I found out that they had a following, right? And immediately I'm like, damn, okay, you're just a normal person. Like, there's nothing super, yes, they're incredible and special in their own way and they have their own magic, but they're in tune with their magic and they're just sharing their magic. And the algorithms have found an audience for their specific magic, right? And there's the tendency to compare, right? Especially because I'm older. I'm like, damn, I could have been so much further. I should have been so much further. I should have. I'm shitting all over myself. And that will hurt you if you spiral down that spiral. And I did that for a few days and I was like, you know what? No. It's not envious. It's disappointment in myself that I didn't start sooner. And that the times that I did start, I quit. Or I didn't stick with it. And so I'm not going to let this be another time where I don't stick with it. I'm going to stick with it no matter what it takes. I'm here recording an unscripted video, just talking to you. Because I think there's value in the place that I'm at in my life. And you may find yourself in a similar place in your life as a creator. And the one thing I want you to know, or I want you to take away from this video, is don't quit on your dreams. Getting emotional. The dreams on your heart, the things that are in your heart to create, they're given to you for a reason to create them. And so with the ending of this relationship with a client, and along with, a comfy, secure revenue stream, right? Done. Now I'm in insecurity, the uncertain, not knowing, and the only thing I want to work on is the thing that my soul wants to create. And that's a point of frustration. It's like, well, I need to work on things that will make me money, but I have this thing in my soul that I want to make, which is a Super Dope Adventure Club. And I have chosen the Super Dope Adventure Club to the detriment of seeking money, right? I feel like there's a way to make them align. And for this first trip that I'm going to Puerto Rico, I'm not trying to make a dime. I'm not trying to make any money. As long as the trip is covered, brands sponsor the creators that I'm bringing, and my travel's covered, like, I don't care. That's what my soul wants to make. And I know that on the other side of that, there's a path for me that is going to lead to my wildest dreams, right? But there's this push and pull between what we have to do for money and what we want to do, what we want to create. And I feel like my purpose, my mission on this earth is to create what's in my soul and heart to create and go first, so that others can see what that looks like and they can be inspired to do the same thing. Whatever it is that you want to create, you go and create that thing, right? And it's okay to change your mind. It's okay to pivot. It's okay to start over. I've started over so many times in my life. So this is not new. You know, I've started over. I've leaped into the unknown, moving to Puerto Rico without a place to stay, not knowing where I was going to live, you know, just moving there. And I made it 2 years. I loved it. I enjoyed it. I had an adventure. I moved to Austin on a whim too, because I was deeply desiring community. Like, diving into the unknown is scary, but it's where the most beautiful things exist and the most beautiful things come out of them, you know? And so, yeah, this thing that I want to create, the Super Dope Adventure Club, is what's on my soul. I want to do travel content. I want to do adventure stuff. I want to work with brands and travel the world and show the earth and tell stories that make an impact on people. And to create this song, this thing that's inside of me to create, because there's a reason it was given to me. Maybe some of you who know who Bob Proctor is, I had the opportunity to get on a call with Bob Proctor a couple years before he died. And I told him about, I have imposter syndrome. I was feeling imposter syndrome because I had written a book many years ago, and I stopped telling people about this book because I just felt like an imposter. So I wouldn't tell anybody. And he had a great explanation as to get that silly idea out of my head. You're just wanting to share what you have with the world. You're not thinking you're better than anyone else. You're just wanting to share what's in you to share, right? But it wasn't Bob Proctor's words that really hit me. God, I can't remember his name at this moment. If I could remember, I would say it right now. I don't want to say the wrong name. I have an idea in my head, but I don't want to say the wrong name. But he said, the longing in you, he said something like, the longing in you, basically, I can't remember the exact quote, but it was like, the longing in you is the echo of all the people who were looking for you. Basically saying the thing that's inside of me that's longing to come out is the echoes of those who are searching for you. And only you can bring it to life in the way that through you, right? And so I think that's true. That hit me so hard. I mean, I wanted to cry when he said it. I was like, oh shit, that's so real. That this longing in me is because there's other people who are also like longing and echoing for this same thing that I'm trying to create. And the ripple effect of what happens when somebody's in their gift, in their creation, in their what they truly want to create, like that ripples out into infinity. Like, you have no idea how you inspire people, how you change people's lives, like the permission that you give people to like go out there and create what they truly want to create. Like, there's so much unknown behind following that path, and it's not an easy path. It's hard. Like, I'm sitting here, you know, in this moment with all these things going on in my mind. I'm trying to navigate them in the best way possible. But still, the thing that's on my heart and mind is this vision that I've had for several years that, you know, I've tried a few times kind of, but this time I was like, no, I'm going all the way in. I'm doing this. I've already found people to come with me. I'm still looking for more creators, dope creators, videographers, photographers, content creators, people with followings we can leverage to get brand deals. I have brands interested in working with us, right? I've been doing all of this. I lived in Puerto Rico, so I know the island. So I have people there organizing the whole thing. And that excites me. But at the same time, I still have real life and all these other things to navigate and deal with. And it's not easy. But two things, and I'll end this. We're not entitled. I don't know where I heard this from, but somebody said, we're not entitled to a happy ending. And something about, how was it? The essence of what I'm trying to say is we're not entitled to a happy ending, and it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be comfortable. This illusion in our mind that things should be easier, things should be easier, right? It's not true. And when you come to terms with that, there's a certain freedom that comes with that, I think. And yeah, I just wanted to come on here for the 113 human beings who have subscribed to me already, who have said, yes, I will give you some of my attention. I wanted to come on here and be real and say, like, yes, I plan on continuing. Yes, I'm going through some things. Yes, I'm working through them. I'm considering pivoting a little bit, talking more about, what I really want to make. So much versus what I think you want me to make, right? Which was the thing I learned from some of these other creators with 500,000 followers, 700,000 followers, people that I'm becoming like closer to and I'm creating friendships with. They each did the same thing that was different. They said they started creating content for themselves, and then their people found them, right? And so I think that's a shift that I get to make, because I've been imagining who you might be and trying to create something for you without knowing who you really are exactly, right? But there's so many things that I think that I'm going through and I'm living through and I'm stretching through and learning through that you might resonate with. So yeah, I thought that I should just come on here and be real and share it with y'all. Yeah, some more videos coming soon. I got to navigate some of this stuff. I was trying to do once a week. It looks like maybe once every 2 weeks, but I'm not making any promises. I just wanted not to be 3 weeks before I came on here and released a video. I'm really grateful for this season that's difficult, but also really inspiring. And I'm not fucking going home. I'm not giving up. Like, I'm going after what I really want to go after, and I want to inspire other people to do the same thing. And if maybe by any chance you're a content creator that wants to come out to Puerto Rico this summer, check out superdopeadventureclub.com. But this is not the avenue or the purpose of this video. The purpose is just to be real and have a real conversation about what it really looks like to do this YouTube thing and go after a big goal, because this is the part I think that a lot of people don't show you. You only see like the polished highlights, produced things, you know what I mean? So yeah, anyway, hopefully I'll see you guys on the next one. Later.